All right, guys, here we go. I got a pork tenderloin today, about 2 pounds. Trimmed some of the fat off of it, not too much. Wanted to leave some of that on there for the flavor. We're gonna go ahead and get this pork tenderloin, do simple steps. We're not gonna do anything crazy to it, add any extra seasonings and all that stuff. We're gonna let the pork speak for itself. We're just gonna do a little bit of olive oil, cracked black pepper, kosher salt. We're gonna do sous vide in the immersion circulator at about 149 degrees. We're gonna let it go in there for about 3.5 hours, and then we're gonna finish it off on the grill outside, which is gonna be fantastic. We'll come back real quick. Let's show you the seasonings, how we're gonna do it in the bag with the water displacement, and go from there. All right, boys and girls, just simple steps. Like I said, olive oil, kosher salt, cracked black pepper, nothing crazy. Just keeping the flavor within everything there. A little bit of olive oil, about a teaspoon on each side. Rub it in real good. See that fat I left on there? That fat's gonna make it delicious. A little bit more olive oil here. Wipe it down. Get everybody going, nice and smooth. Okay, looks good. Got it all here. Let's get it all flipped over again. There we go. Next step will be seasoning it, salt and pepper. All right, boys and girls, season is with you will, whatever you like. Pretty heavy on the cracked black pepper. I do like a little bit of extra spice to it for me. Do this. Heavy on the salt. Salt makes everything taste fantastic. Brings out the great flavors. Also does well with the fat while it's actually cooking for about 3.5 hours. So a little bit heavier on the salt. Flip this thing over. Bang. A little bit more black pepper. Now what we're doing with this, after it comes out, we're going to sear it on the grill. We're going to cut it in little medallions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to caramelize some onions that you guys will see a little bit later. We're going to top it with some crumbled gorgonzola and a little bit of a balsamic reduction. It almost looks like a syrup. It's kind of like a glaze. That's pretty fantastic. So that's actually going to be coming out looking really good, really tasty, really tender. It's probably the best thing you could ever do is with this sous vide in the immersion circulator. Just got an affordable one for just over $200, which is not bad because considering they were all about $500 and $600 for a while. So they're actually cornering the market with that. So if you can actually pick one of those up and do this, I highly suggest it. Okay, what we've done, you can see we've actually dunked this right in the water with a little bit of Ziploc unlocked up top to go ahead and let the bag seal and almost vacuum seal it itself, which is fantastic. Dropping this in there, going at about 149 degrees. We're gonna do that for about 3 hours. So let's get this on the side here. Let's go to set our time. Timer set. 1, 2, 3. 3 hours and 30 minutes. There it goes. Timer's on. Looks great. Sitting there. I will see you guys in a little bit. See ya! Alright guys, 5 pounds mashed potatoes, stick and a half of butter, about 12 tablespoons total. I'm gonna put these in. I usually start with about 2 cups of whole milk or heavy cream, either one, to get started with while I do the mixing. Put the butter in, let it sit for a second, let it melt down with the hot potatoes and stuff like that. And then we'll go ahead and add the milk slowly as we start mixing it. All right, guys, here's the consistency you're looking for. It's like a creamy whip. Creamy whip, you know what I mean? You don't want it too gummy, you don't want it too sticky, you don't want it too tacky, you don't want it too wet. Creamy whip is what you're looking for. Once you get all that in there with the milk and the butter, and then you can go ahead and season, salt, pepper, as you like, as much as you need. I use kosher salt for pretty much everything. Salt in there, give it one just final whip, stick it back together. You're gonna get those crazy people every once in a while that are gonna add extra butter no matter how much butter you put in mashed potatoes anyway. These are world famous mashed potatoes. Whip them around, get them going. Looks good, everything's in there. We're gonna go ahead and finish these up, put a lid on these, keep these warm. We're gonna go ahead and throw that pork right on the grill and get that going and have the presentation coming up next. All right, here we go. Perfect sous vide pork tenderloin. Both sides. I patted it dry a little bit so we can get a nice sear on it. Right now I'm running about 600 degrees. I just want to put a nice sear on the outside of this all the way around. Do not want to continually keep cooking. It's going to be about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes on each side just to get those marks on there. So you want to get this grill nice and hot and get these grates ready to go and make sure they're steaming and ready to go. Set them on. I'm going to leave them down there for about 1.5 minutes on each side. I'll come back and show you guys the finished product. Are you kidding me right now? Look at this thing. Diamond marks, fantastic. I got it resting right now. It is so ready to be eaten. I can't even tell you how excited I am right now. Still got the onions caramelizing right over here. Not doing too bad. They're getting there. It's a pretty slow process, but we're gonna have these done in about 10 or 15 minutes, which I need to let that pork rest for about 10 minutes. So, and then we'll have a final plate presentation coming up. Can't wait. I'm excited. I will see you guys in a minute. All right, boys and girls, this came out super tender, super juicy. As you can see, the juices are already falling over there. Perfectly cooked. Gonna get 3 medallions right on the plate. Perfect. Caramelized onions. Top. Gorgonzola. Some drizzle right over the top of this. You know what I'm saying? Bang, bang. Sous vide pork tenderloin. Tender. Absolutely juicy. Fresh homemade mashed potatoes. Nothing but olive oil, salt, pepper, butter, gorgonzola, caramelized onions. Simple ingredients, simple products, make great flavors. Hope you guys enjoy. See you on the next one.